You've seen them your whole life. Orange diamonds on the backs of trucks, covered in numbers. Those little signs trace back to one morning in 1947, when a sheepload of fertilizer erased a town's waterfront in the deadliest industrial disaster in American history. Texas City, 1947. A booming Gulf port feeding a ruined post-war world. At Pier O sits the Grandcamp, a French freighter, loading sacks of ammonium nitrate fertilizer bound for the farms of Europe. 2,300 tons of it. Ammonium nitrate has two lives. On farmland, it's fertilizer. In war, it's the heart of explosives. But official wisdom says the fertilizer version is basically inert, so it's coated in wax to keep it from caking, packed in paper, and handled like sacks of sugar. No warning labels, no special rules. Men smoke beside it. April 16th, 8 a.m. Smoke hurls out of a cargo hold. Longshoremen try buckets and a hose, but the captain stops them. Water will ruin the cargo. Instead, he seals the hatches and pipes in steam to smother the fire and save the fertilizer. It's exactly wrong. Ammonium nitrate carries its own oxygen. It doesn't need air. The steam adds heat and pressure to a chemical that only wanted an excuse. And on the dock, a crowd is gathering. The smoke is a strange, beautiful orange, and it looks like free entertainment. The town's volunteer fire department rolls up. 27 men unspooling hoses on the pier beside the ship. It's 9:11 a.m. They have 1 minute left. 9:12. The Grandcamp detonates. The blast levels the docks, throws a wall of harbor water inland, knocks 2 light planes out of the sky, and shatters windows in Houston, 40 miles away. The ship's anchor, a 1.5 tons of iron, lands 1.5 miles from the pier. The fire department is simply gone. 27 of the town's 28 volunteer firefighters die at the pier. Burning debris rains across the refineries. A chemical plant next door collapses in flames. Texas City's waterfront becomes a single rolling fire. And it isn't over. Across the basin, another freighter, the High Flyer, is loaded with more ammonium nitrate and sulfur. She burns all day. Tugs try to drag her out to sea and fail. At 1:10 the next morning, she detonates too, taking a third ship with her. At least 581 people are dead. Dock workers, plant workers, bystanders, school children watching the smoke. Some are identified. 5,000 are injured. Hundreds of homes are simply gone. Here is the fact that turned grief into fury. Nobody had been warned. Not the captain, not the port, not the firefighters spraying water on a chemical that makes its own oxygen. The most dangerous cargo in the harbor carried no label, no placard, no handling rules at all. Thousands of victims sued the federal government, which had manufactured and shipped the fertilizer, in one of the first great mass claims in American law. The Supreme Court said the government couldn't be sued for its decisions, so Congress stepped in and paid the claims itself. Then the rules began to change, starting with the substance itself. The combustible wax coating was eliminated. Bagging, temperatures, and storage were regulated. Ammonium nitrate would now be made, packed, and stowed as what it is, a material that can detonate. The ports changed next. The Coast Guard took real authority over dangerous cargo. What may enter a harbor, where it may sit, what may sit next to it, who must be told. No smoking near it, enforced. Fire plans written before the ship ever docks. And from that era grew the biggest idea of all. Dangerous goods must announce themselves. Classes, codes, and labels for every hazardous material on every ship, truck, and train. The system that eventually put that orange diamond on the highway beside you. Today, when firefighters reach a crashed tanker, they don't guess. They read the placard, look up its number, and know, before they step closer, whether to use water or never use water, and how far to move everyone back. That knowledge is exactly what Texas City's firefighters were denied. One warning, though, written in 2013, resin in 13, in Westlake, Texas, Staten, stored ammonium nitrate. Stored ammonium nitrate killed again, mostly firefighters, where the old lessons had gone unenforced. Labels only protect when someone reads them, and rules only protect when someone applies them. Texas City rebuilt. The Grandcamp's anchor stands today in a memorial park, exactly as far from the water as the blast threw it. 581 names are carved beside it. One disaster later, dangerous cargo never travels in disguise. Every safety rule has a story. One disaster later, it protects you.